I recently put up a post on Instagram asking if anyone wanted to see a video tour of my games room, and there were literally some people who did. So for those some people, here's the video of my games room.
As soon as you walk in, you've got the proper man's poster, that's RoboCop. Around the corner from there we have got the Hot Toys Iron Man Mark 7, which lights up, eyes light up on the chest and so does his palms, but it kills the battery, so I don't bother replacing them. There's the, I think it was NECA Alien, that's the 12-inch figure. And next to that is a 12-inch Scar Predator. These are bastards for falling off the shelf. That's why the alien's leaning back at the moment, because they just drive me mad. We'll go backwards for this one. That is the 19-inch rarer version of Jason Voorhees. And he's probably that little bit taller because of his massive platform shoes. Next to that is the limited edition Freddy vs Jason glove and mask. Unfortunately the glove is not made of metal, it's resin, but still looks very realistic. So that's a nice piece to have. They only made 2,000 of these units, or 2,500, so we're quite happy to have that. I think the number's on the bottom here. There, this is number 58 of 2,000. There you go. Didn't pay much for that when it come out, actually. That was probably about 80 quid, and now it's worth a shitload. Freddy with 2 claws missing and his hat because he keeps jumping off the bloody shelf in the middle of the night, so his claws got snapped and his hat broken off. This is a motion version, so when you walk past him he quotes lines from the film. And there we have the NECA RoboCop. That's again the 18-inch one, I think it is. Prone to falling off as well, so he's leaning back slightly. Next to that we've got the Blade bust. Very cool piece, looks very realistic. A lot of detail going into this one. This is a limited edition as well. This is 1,500 of them, and I'm halfway through it. Factory X, which weirdly enough I don't know if they exist anymore, because I bought the Blade sword and glaive from a car boot sale for 50 quid, and I'm sure they're worth quite a lot of money now. Then I bought another version of the Blade sword in its box, and never seen them again, so I'm assuming they're worth quite a bit of money now. I'll have to dig them out at some point. And next to that is my T2 skull, which has light up eyes, and in the back of this unit is where you keep the DVDs. There's a stack of DVDs that come with it, which has all like the edited versions and the extended versions and bonus features and all sorts. A very cool item, which I got for Christmas many years ago off my dad, and I think it was, I don't know if it was like £60 at the time, but far much more now to buy. Very cool item, I love that. Down below we have got War Machine, and this is the die-cast version, and I don't know if this was the version from Civil War. I have to be corrected on that one, I'm not sure. Again, light up chest, light up eyes, very heavy. Doesn't like standing up on his own, and pain in the arse, these figures, but very detailed, very cool. Next to that I've got the Robert Patrick signed picture. There's a guy in Chester who had loads of these different photos, and he has his picture taken with every celebrity signing them, so I know these are genuine. And we also got Xander Barkley, who plays this guy in T2, I don't know if it was Scott. Unfortunately, he signed it with a silver pen across the blade, so you can't, from a distance, see it properly. But I love it. And it's dead cheap as well, probably because he's not that popular in the film. And above that is my T3 signed DVD. Comes with a certificate, but I'm not convinced. That signature to me does not look like Arnie's, but it says it's genuine, so whatever. Down to my consoles. There's my Raspberry Pi, and I use that for most of my footage on games simply because it's a lot clearer. I can't be doing with terrible composite video, so I always use this. It's far better through HDMI. Underneath we've got the Megadrive and Mega CD, and I've modded this Megadrive to be 60 Hz and 50 Hz, and region switched as well, so play anything on that one. That's great. Below that is my PlayStation 2 I've modded, which has got the network adapter on and a hard drive put inside, so a lot of the games are on that, so you don't have to piss around with discs all the time. PlayStation 3, which is unmodded, that's just a standard 320 gig, and a PlayStation 4, nothing special about that. Underneath again is Xbox 360. Rarely gets played because I don't like Xbox. And my modded Wii, which has a hard drive in. It's got hundreds of games on. Again, so you don't have to keep changing discs. Loads better. And Sega Saturn, brilliant system. Hated by a lot of people, but there's some great games on it, which we'll come to in a bit actually. Sega Dreamcast. Now this is the Japanese version, simply because of the orange swirl, but I have modded this. I just put in a UK power board in it, because I didn't realise that the Japanese ones were 110 volts at the time. Well, I did, but it completely slipped my mind. I put it into 240 volts and blew the power supply up. So I had a spare Dreamcast and I shoved the UK power supply in, and it's brilliant. It works perfect. And I much prefer the orange swirl. Below that is nothing, absolutely nothing. I need something to put in there. I was thinking about putting my multi-mega in there, but then I thought it's not worth it because I've already got a Megadrive and Mega CD, so that's pointless. But I'm sure I can find something to shove in there. Super Nintendo with a dreadful yellowing, but not on the top, oddly enough. Not sure if that works actually. I think it does. I know I've got one that's faulty and one that works. Anyway, underneath that is the N64, which I do not bother with, so I don't know why it's there. I've only got a few games for that, and I don't think I'll ever play them. One side of the room, here's one of my projects I have not finished yet because I'm lazy. Is a 360. It doesn't work. I'm not going to get it to work. I was just going to have it as a light. Some bits have fallen off, which I need to glue back on. But that's obviously the Rockstar logo. I'm going to have that lit up. It's spray painted in the same paint as a Range Rover. So it's like a candy red. And on the arse end of it, I've got some Rockstar characters. Didn't know what to do with this really. I was going to chuck it away, but I might just get it working, have it as a nice little lit up display piece, put some batteries in it or something and have that lit up. Might look quite cool, don't know yet. At the bottom of the shelf we've got loads of PSP games, and a lot of them are pants, to be fair. We've got Gran Turismo special edition, limited edition, don't know what it is. That's quite nice. It's got a little books of a book and artwork with it, I think it is, or just cards, I can't remember now. Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast, a really good game. Don't know what else is good on this really. Never really bothered with it that much. Got a few films there, and an essential one for every English sitcom fan is Bottom Series 1. They didn't do a Series 2, I don't think, so stuck with that one, unfortunately. Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins, very good, but still very hard. And Metal Slug Anthology, that's great on the PSP. There are some more behind it, but it's all, I think it's all shovelware, it's all a load of bollocks really. Daxter's alright, I suppose. Capcom Classics Collection Remixed is very good, and EA Replay is actually quite good. I did buy that brand new, and I thought it was quite good at the time. Not much more behind here, just Burnout Legends, quite good. Pinball, and about it. Buzzmaster Quiz, I don't think I've played that one. Might be worth giving a go. On to the PlayStation 3 games. Yeah, some wrestling games. What I'd recommend, I'll show you some of them. Wet is a good game. If you've never played it, it's very much like playing Kill Bill, I suppose, in that kind of style. And it's nice to have a female as the heroine instead of a bloke all the time, a big sweaty bloke. Tomb Raider, Uncharted, fantastic games. This is where I found Tomb Raider was started to get really good, and that was Tomb Raider Underworld. They really upped the game and made it look amazing, so well worth playing. Stranglehold, I did a video on that recently. Star Wars, The Force Unleashed 1 and 2. This one is actually the Sith edition. It's a steelbook. I love that one, love the design. Not a fan of Star Wars, but that game is epic. Some Spider-Man games there, they're well worth playing, really good. Megadrive Ultimate Collection, of course, you've got to have it on every system, you know this. More PSP games, more shite. What have we got here? Nothing much there. Red Dead Redemption, everyone's played that. Rayman Legends, just done a video on that, brilliant. Amazing game. Some of these are alright. Motorstorm Apocalypse, just done a video on that, that's a great racing game. And of course all the Lego games. You don't have to be a child to enjoy these. Probably some of the best games on the platform actually. Lollipop Chainsaw and Monkey Island, and a special edition, I think, as I recall, if you're mid-game you can just press something like select and it will revert back to the 8-bit graphics, which looks really good. So if you're a big fan of it, you can just carry on playing in the old style, which is really nice. Yeah, Batman, Lego Batman, great. And Killzone 2, if you've never played that, it's like in the style of Call of Duty. Some weird army you've got to go up against. I thought it was an amazing game at the time. Love playing that one. Up here we've got some more, DuckTales Remastered. Getting a bit pricey now, not like unaffordable pricey, but you know, close to retail. About £35–40 plus, and it is amazing. DuckTales is a great game anyway. God of War Collection 1 and 2, God of War 3, God of War Ascension, and I think that's all the good God of Wars. I think after that I didn't like it. Gran Turismo 5 Collector's Edition, that comes with a big book, which is really interesting. Of course, Grand Theft Auto Grid was a great game. Certainly at the time anyway, I can't remember if it Not sure if it's any good anymore, but there we go. Doom 3 BFG edition. Dirt games, they're good if you like rally games. Devil May Cry, I thought that was good. Devil May Cry 4, sorry, that got the Steelbook edition of that, yeah. Why have I got 2 Dead Islands? Well, one of them's sealed, so that's why. Dante's Inferno, which is pretty much the same as God of War, so that's really good. Catherine, nice puzzle game. A bit weird. Bulletstorm, why have I got 2 copies? Because one of them sealed as well, that's why. Because I am sad. And then the Call of Duty, which is now valueless. And the only 2 good ones are Modern Warfare 2 and 3, because they had good stories. And then it turned to shit. Black Ops was alright, and then it just got pathetic with Advanced Warfare, which is probably one of the wankiest Call of Duty games I've ever played. Bayonetta is a great game, I don't care what anyone says, I thought it was brilliant. A few Battlefields there, Batman's a really good game. Assassin's Creed, I don't like it, sorry. I'd give it my best shot, but I thought it was shite. Too much tutorial and all that bollocks, and I'm not interested in that. Army of 2, really good games. Army of 2 is quite a solid game to begin with. The second one I found amazing, and the third one was pretty good too. A couple of Spider-Mans up there, they are actually quite good. I know movie related games aren't that good, but Spider-Man actually was pretty decent. And Alice, Madness Returns. This is like a psychotic version of Alice in Wonderland. I've not played it yet, but I've seen videos on it, and it looks really good. So that's all my PS3 collection there. Up on top is the Megadrive Arcade Legends, so the Street Fighter 2 one. That's never been opened, that, so it's brand new. Volume 2 and Volume 1. I haven't done a video on Volume 1 yet, because I've done a video on all these others, like the Sonic Gold one, I've done that, and Volume 2 and the Street Fighter 2 one, but I haven't done one on this one, because I wanted to have all the games that are included in it to make a point. And I have actually got it now, so I can do a video on that at some point. And of course my very cool Spider-Man canvas at the back there. Xbox games on this side. I'm sorry Xbox fans, I just can't stand that system. It's mainly because I bought a PS3 because of the Blu-ray drive. So games like LA Noire was it 3 discs on the Xbox, but because it's Blu-ray on the PlayStation, it was 1 disc, so you don't have to change discs. There's so many features that I thought was better on the PS3, so I didn't bother with Xbox. But I have got an Xbox and some games because they were exclusive games on there, you know, like Perfect Dark Zero. I found that was quite a good game. And there's many others like Halo that you can't get on the PlayStation, so this is why I've got it. I noticed I've got Silent Hill Homecoming. I've never played it. Don't know if that's any good. And all my PS2 games now. When I put all this on the shelf, I put a couple of hundred of these aside because they're all shovelware shit. So I've reduced it down to the games that I'd probably actually play, or the games that I really love. And they're the games like Black at the top there. Burnout, I love all Burnout games. I think they're just awesome, insane action. So if you never played them and you like racing games and you like destruction, highly recommended. All the Buzz games, I love the quiz games, I love quizzes, so they're really fun. Capcom versus SNK2, Capcom Fighting Jam. Again, I love fighting games, so they've got to stay in the collection. Classic Collection Volume 1 and 2, really good games. Devil May Cry series, A few others there. I've got all the Grand Theft Autos as well. Hyper Street Fighter 2, pretty good. I think that comes with the movie, you know. Yeah, I think the film was included in that on the same disc. But I think the format was 4:3 or something really terrible, so you're better off just buying the film. Sonic games, so you got a Sonic Mega Collection Plus, which is really good. Sonic Gems Collection. Splattermaster, still not played it, but I believe it's supposed to be a good game. I know it's getting pricey, so I'm glad to have that before it goes insane. And below that, we've got the Boys game, which I did do a video of it. It's an insane copy of the Game Boy, and if not better than the Game Boy. I've just noticed it doesn't have a battery light on the side there. How weird. Yet it has got the Game Boy lens cover, which is weird. Well, yeah, that's a great little system. And my Play It Loud Game Boys, the yellow and green one, and one without a lens, just the original Game Boy. And I have a big fat whopping Game Boy carry case, which is a bit cumbersome, but pretty cool. At the top, I've got my NES, which is the second one I own. The other one's up in the loft, so I need to see which one's better condition so I can get rid of one of them. Some more movie merch here, which is Freddy Krueger's glove. It is a metal one, and it is signed by Robert Englund. Obviously the blades aren't sharp because it's not for kids. They'll end up killing people, or silly adults end up slicing themselves with it, or trying to be Freddy Krueger and killing someone. There's the VR headset, which isn't set up yet, so I've got to get around to doing that. Over on this side, we've got a Game Boy Advance SP, which I made this box myself. This has got the Game Boy Advance SP with a Super Nintendo or Super Famicom shell. Turned out quite nice. A Wii Mini, an absolute shite console. I don't know why they made this. They stripped everything out of it, and it just became a really crappy Wii. But seems to be going up in price, so I'm hanging on to that one. There is my 25th anniversary Knuckles coin. I got that from the Sega shop. Moving down, I've got some Super Nintendo games, Zelda, a couple of N64 games, Mario 64, GoldenEye. All these of which I got from the car boot sale for £1 each, so it's quite a good bargain. A few more Super Nintendo games, just run-of-the-mill games really, nothing special. Pilot Wings. Further down, well, this is my girlfriend's collection of Xbox 360 games. Some great titles there: Rayman Legends, Red Dead Redemption. Again, not a console I collect for, so don't interest me, these ones. I've probably already got these on the PlayStation 3. Of course, the Lego games. Everyone's got to have the Lego games. And a couple of, well, one Wii game. And Switch collection, so Mario. Again, some fillers. Spyro. 1-2 Switch, that's alright for about 10 minutes, I suppose. And New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, which is really good. Right down at the bottom, I've got my Game Boy Advance collection, and these are all crap pretty much. They normally find these in bundles. I thought, well, you know, when they're cheap enough, I'll get hold of them and see what they're like. I mean, some are quite good, really, but I've never really been into it. and some Game Boy Color games, and again these were in bundles, so they all came extremely cheap. Not something I play with is the handhelds anymore, but I'm sure there might be a good one in there somewhere. Next to that we've got Ashen's DVD collection, and he had these as a limited edition, so that's my number there. And on this side is signed by him and a couple of other people that made the films. Moving up, I have my PS4 games. So I don't really collect PS4 games that much. I only go for the ones that look really good, like platform games or continuation from like the PS3 titles. So, you know, Uncharted, obviously that came out on the PS3. So I just wanted the PS4 version because it's got the whole lot on there. And of course, the fourth one and The Lost Legacy, which shocked me really, because I thought that would have been pretty mediocre, but it turns out it's really good. Of course, Tomb Raider, you've got our Tomb Raider. Street Fighter Anniversary Collection, which I did a video on. That has all the arcade games of the Street Fighter series. Some more of my favourites, which is Ratchet & Clank and obviously Rayman Legends. VR for Resident Evil. Some other modern takes on old games, so Streets of Rage 4 and Sonic Mania, brilliant games. Up a bit further, this is my complete PS Vita collection, as I didn't find as much interesting on the Vita, so again I just stuck to all Lego games really, and Uncharted Golden Abyss, and that's it really. I wasn't really looking for anything else on there. I couldn't find anything that really gripped me on it, so I didn't bother. And then there's some more PS4 games, again full of Lego games because they are awesome, and the Megadrive classics, of course. On every system you must have it. Recently bought this one, heard good things about it. It says it's good on the front, so I'm assuming it is good, but I have not got a clue yet because I'm not set up for it just yet. Again, some more old games re-released with a bit of enhancement. That's Duke Nukem 3D World Tour. This is basically the original game with a few extra bonus items in there. And mid-game again, like the Monkey Island games, you can revert back to like the Saturn PS1 kind of graphics. Doom and Doom Eternal. God of War, which I'm really not keen on, but I just couldn't get into it. Not like the previous games, I don't know, there was something about it that just didn't like. I found it quite tough as well, which I didn't really find the last ones that hard. K's, that was my latest purchase. That's a great 2D platform game. Also done a video on that, so check that one out. And some games I don't really bother with anymore, like Battlefield. I wasn't really keen on them when they started to come out on this platform. On PS3 I loved them. Astrobot, if you've never played this and you're thinking about getting a VR, this is the reason why you get a VR. This is like Mario 3D Land, but with a tiny little robot. One hell of an addictive game. I could not get off that. That's amazing. And this one is the Capcom's Belt Action. Again, I've done a video on that. That's some arcade games, so check them out. Then on top of the shelf, my recent purchase, which is the Super Game Boy in its box. Doesn't have the inner tray unfortunately, but I can always make one of them. And my NES mug. And further down is the Super Nintendo collection. I never really bothered with the Super Nintendo because I was always playing on the Megadrive. It never really interested me that much. But mates always had a Super Nintendo, so I always played their games. So for the likes of Turtles Tournament Fighters, you know, we up till all hours in the morning playing that one because I loved it. Super Celeste, again, that's a vertical shooter, which is really good. Street Fighter 2, which everyone's got. Alien 3, Batman Returns, a great beat 'em up. Loads better than the Megadrive version. Data East Classic Collection, that's still sealed, so I don't know what's in that, what's it about. I've never really looked at it properly, I've just bunged it in a protective case and put it on the shelf. And just the usual titles really that everyone else has in the collection. Some Game Boy games, again it's the standard collection really. Tetris, Mario's, Mario Land 2, Alleyway, and a few NES games. Again, I'm not really much of a collector of NES. I do love some of the games on there, so I've bought the ones that I really like. Mario 3, Snake Rattle and Roll, McDonald Land, and Double Dragon came with the NES that was on top of the shelf before in a bundle for 50 quid, so I can't grumble at that. DuckTales 1 and 2 are epic games, so is Chip and Dale. I mean, anything Capcom I love anyway, so I'm really happy to have them in the collection. Then below all this is the Saturn collection. Now this, when it come out, I was mad for. When you move on from the Mega Drive to something like this, it was just mind-blowing. So I think one of the first ones I got was Alien Trilogy, which I haven't played actually since the 90s, and that was a great first-person shooter. I don't know what it stands up like today, but maybe I shouldn't ruin my memories of it. A very hated game by a lot of people is Batman Forever, the arcade game. Really hated by a lot of people, but playing as Robin, you get some major combos going, and I found it to be pretty good. Again, not played it since the 90s, so I could be completely wrong with that one. Again, the usual fillers, Daytona games, Discworld. Not a fan of RPG games except this, and of course Monkey Island. What a series of games this is. Voiced by Eric Idle, you play as Rincewind, the wizard, and it's just got some mental stories in it. It's really, really cool, and so is Discworld 2, where they completely changed the graphics on this, and it worked really well, and I absolutely love that game. And of course, at the time, you had a lot of first-person shooters, so obviously Doom got ported to the system, which at the time, again, I thought was really good. It doesn't look so good these days, unfortunately, but still great memories of that. And of course, Duke Nukem 3D. Wasn't old enough to buy that, so I had to ask Mum very nicely to get it for me. Exhumed, that's again the same format, but set in Egypt. Quite a strange game, a bit repetitive towards the end, but still good fun to start with. Golden Axe Duel, a lot of haters on this one, but it's a bit like Street Fighter, beat 'em up game. I thought it was really good, sounds great, looks great, and played really well too. I thought that's a great game for the Saturn, but that's just my opinion. Hexen is another FPS game where you're more of a sorcerer. This time you can fire magic and have various different weapons. Independence Day, absolute shite. Bought that from new, £45 that cost me in the 90s, and what a waste of money, and I've still got it. Lost Vikings 2, never played. It's one of those games that I picked up really cheap, and I ended up disconnecting my Saturn and playing a PlayStation 1, I think it was at the time, so I never actually played that. Mass Destruction, great arcade style game where you're in a tank and you just blow the shit out of everything. Also on the PS1, I've got it on the PS1 as well. One hell of a game, I will do a video on that soon. Of course, probably everyone knows this, Nights into Dreams. Weird game, but good. And special edition made by Ben someone, can't remember, sorry, but he made the cover and the instruction manual for this. That was basically just Christmas Nights, which came free with a magazine back in the day. and it was just a loose disc, so someone's just come along and made a repro case for it, and it looks really smart. I love having it in the collection there, rather than just a loose disc. The rest of them, again, some fillers. Everyone's had Sega Rally, great arcade game. Sonic Jam, well, move on from that. Street Fighter Alpha 2, awesome 2D fighter. I never owned the first one. I started off on this one, I absolutely loved it. Really good Street Fighter game, that one, if you've never played it. Three Dirty Dwarfs, something I bought in the market for £5, I think it was, and incidentally is worth a fortune now. Trasher, I think I bought that in the market as well. That's still sealed. Don't know what that's about. Maybe that's looks like a 2D platform game. Not sure if it's any good though. Virtua Cop, which you can't play anymore because you need the CRT TV. And everyone's favourite in the collection, Street Fighter the movie, where nobody knew anything about Street Fighter when it came to making the film. Lower down we've got my Wii collection. I've trimmed this down because I never really bothered with the Wii. I played the sports games and then really stuck to Mario. Super Mario Galaxy, which comes in this cardboard box. And it turns out you get a tutorial DVD with it, which is odd, which it'd probably benefit me really, because I'm absolutely shit at these games, so maybe I should watch that. Again, nothing really special, it's all Mario, Wario, just some murder mystery games I think on there somewhere. Again, you've got Knights, Sonic games, Zelda, and some quiz games. And that's it for my Wii collection. There's a couple down here. Kirby, Evil Under the Sun, so I like these type of games, more so on the DS than the Wii. Like here, Safecracker, Professor Layton, I love anything like that, Rooms. And you've got some 3DS games, which I mainly stuck to Mario. Again, anything handheld that's Nintendo, I just play Mario or some kind of mystery games. I don't bother with anything else. I've again got a bundle of games that I've stripped out of this collection because I just don't play them, and it's all shovelware, it's all crap. So narrowed it down to these few games that I'm going to keep, and the rest I'll end up selling at some point. Up to the very top, I've got my custom Megadrive games. If you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen these. They're basically ROM patches, so the Chaos engine is now the Amiga version. I do all the artwork myself. I mean, I don't draw the artwork obviously, but I find images and just make them look slightly different than the original, and sometimes more attractive. There's Wolfenstein, which you wouldn't think was possible on the Mega Drive, but there it is. Loads of Sonic games, Sonic Complete, Alien 3, which has the hack so you don't have a timer, which everyone hates. Robocop versus Terminator, I love this one. This has got the comic book cover on it, and this has just got a load of cheats on it that when you pause the game you can press a combination of buttons and it will give you invincibility and various different things. So that's quite a good game. Duke Nukem 3D, again it was only a Brazilian release, but I've made my own cover for that. Magic Pocket, which I can't remember, it was the Atari or something like that, Commodore, don't know, Amiga. Xeno Crisis, Tangle Ward Ultra Core, Sonic and Knuckles, that's just a cartridge of Sonic and Knuckles. Instead of having the lock on, it's just a bog standard cartridge with the full game on it. And some other Sonic games like Sonic Mega Mix, I've had that for a very long time. Not really played through it properly yet. Lost Worlds, Classic Heroes, and Code Grey. And further down is all my Megadrive games. So quite a few on there. Quite a few great games. Again, like Chaos Engine, really good. Love Chuck Rock. Castlevania and Bubsy, not bad. Comic Zone, which this one does come with the CD. Quite a few games that I've never really bothered with. I've always loved the Mega Drive, it's something I grew up with, so even just getting something like EA Hockey, I just love them. Anything to do with the Mega Drive, just love it. Ghouls and Ghosts. All the FIFA games, which I'll never play, but these are all actually in mint condition, so I'm quite happy with them. And Fantasia, although it's a insanely shit game, unfortunately, there's two versions of it which I never knew about. I always thought, I don't know which one it is now. Yeah, so that one's the Mega Drive one, and I thought someone had me over with this one because it's got a Genesis Carter manual. Turns out that's how they sold them, so I now have 2 copies of Fantasia. Further down, got more EA Sports games. Oddly enough, I love John Madden Football 92. I think mainly because when an injury happens, an ambulance comes onto the pitch and mows everyone down. Brilliant fun. And same again with the Home Alone. We've got 2 variations with this. That one's crap. That one's loads better. So, don't know what was going on there. What happened in production? Why we got 2 versions of it? Mega Games collections. Everyone's got them. This one seems to be getting quite hard to find now. Got that many years ago and got 6 manuals with that. I haven't got the one that's got all the manuals in one, which I wouldn't mind having really. 3 versions of the Lion King. These are just the different foreign versions. A lot of sports games which I'll never play, like Pele. Really not interested in that, but you know, when you find them cheap, you just have to pick them up, I suppose. Shadow Dancer, that's a great game. There's your standard Robocop versus Terminator. One of the best Robocop games I've ever played, actually. And Pocahontas, that's getting quite pricey now, but the graphics on that is stunning. And when a Disney game comes out on the Mega Drive, they really put effort into them. Apart from Fantasia, of course, because that's shite. Up the top, we have the Sonic games, which I've got the whole lot. I've got Sonic and Knuckles, which is absolutely immaculate. I had to put it in the Super Nintendo protector because it's too big for the Mega Drive one, but again, if you follow me on Instagram, you would see that I picked this up from CEX. I remember how long ago it was, quite a while ago now, for £28. And there's no marks, no rips, absolutely immaculate. See, they clearly don't care about condition, they just sell it as the price, as a book price, I suppose. Two copies of Sonic 1, both absolutely immaculate. I didn't realise, I thought that copy I had was really tatty, so I bought a mint one and then found out that was mint 2, so never mind. Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic Spinball, Splatterhouse, and Streets of Rage 1, 2 and 3. Some terrible games here, but you know, I mean, does anyone like Sylvester and Tweety? I don't think I've played it properly. It just seemed like a terrible game. It just looked tacky, so I don't think I've ever bothered with it really. Then there's Zoop, which is still sealed, so I don't know what that's like. I think it's a puzzle game, I'm not sure, but I'm not really bothered about it. And my Game Boy clock. And behind that I've got Action 52, which is a load of shite, and some really weird Chinese Terminator 2. So, never tried that. I don't know if that actually works, but I think that came in a bundle. Never really paid much attention to that. Below all that is my Japanese game collection. One of the first Megadrive games I played was Japanese, because I think one of my friends bought the Megadrive from Japan, got it imported over, so that was the first console I played. It was the Japanese version, and he had this game, which is Whip Rush. It's a side-scrolling shooter, and I was blown away by it. Not that special now when you come to look at it, but back then that was quite cool. Just columns 1, columns 3, virtual racing, some couple of sports games here, some that I'll never be able to understand, like Shining in the Darkness. Moonwalker, Quackshot, Fatal Fury 1 and 2. Seeing a couple of knockoffs of this on eBay, which really annoys me, because they list them as a genuine game when it clearly isn't. Double Dragon, Sonic 1, 2 and 3, Sonic Spinball, and of course if you've got it on the PAL system, you've got to have on the Japanese system, and that's Bare Knuckle 1, 2 and 3. All absolutely immaculate and cost sod all, because I bought these many years ago when nobody wanted them. So probably a total of about £40 for all them when I bought them. And El Viento seems to be rocketing in price. Gorgeous artwork on this game. But it's made by Wolf Team, which I hate their sound effects, and I didn't really enjoy the game. I found it impossibly hard. Strange Sunsoft Batman, which way around does this go? They have these cases the opposite way around, so it actually opens from this side rather than the other. They did quite a few of these. I don't know, it was less than 10 of these small games, I think it was. There was like Super Fantasy Zone, I did another one in. Can't remember now. But they are very smart, and it's not much bigger than the cartridge itself, the case. So I did have 2 of these, but I think I sold one years ago. I should have kept it now. And a Genesis game, which is the Punisher. Don't want this in my collection really, although it's worth quite a lot of money. But I'm not interested in Genesis games. So this is complete. And also has the stick-on tattoo, which is extremely rare, probably rarer than the game actually. So I've always kept that as tidy as I can, because one day I shall get rid of it to the right person. And then it's my Mega CD collection. I went mad for this system when it come out. Managed to get one second hand for Christmas. And obviously you start off with Soul Feast and Cobra Command. But then when I got some money, I got Pugsy. This version's sealed. Chuck Rock, which was great for the video intro and soundtrack. Sonic Mega Mix, which again I bought years ago, same time as I bought the Mega Mix on the Megadrive. It just looked kind of washed out compared to like every other Sonic. I don't know if that was just a poor connection I had at the time. Maybe it's alright. I'll have to try it again one day. Sega Classics Collection. Batman. Chuck Rock 2. Some great games on here. Earthworm Jim Special Edition. Someone lost out on this years ago when I was selling my whole collection. I must have put it on eBay for about £10 for bids, and no one bid on it. And it's now worth quite a bit of money. It's Final Fight. This is the original one I bought back in the 90s. Played and played and played. Love that game. The music is absolutely fantastic on it. And then you get the crap that they released, which was they Make My Videos, which they also had a Crisscross one, and I think it was CNC Music Factory. Just shite. Some great games on the Mega CD really, but getting dead pricey now, of course. I've got the Sonic CD, again that's my original copy. As you can tell, I've cracked it when I was a lot younger. And my sealed copy of the Terminator, which hopefully I'll get graded one day, because I know at some point I'm going to damage it, so I need to get that done soon. And Time Gal, which got picked on quite a bit, but I thought it was hilarious, especially the deaths if you press the wrong button. So that's just a quick time event game, which is, I suppose it's alright really. I mean, I thought it was quite good back in the day, but maybe it is a complete pile of shite, who knows. And a conversion of Monkey Island, which someone's done a really shit job of the cover of this, so I'll have to make one myself at some point. And at the end of that is the Psycho Pinball soundtrack, which I've never heard of any of these tracks, so I've not got a clue what that's like. And next to that is the Megalomania soundtrack. It's got a few people I've heard of on there, but not many. So that's really cool. A couple of promo tapes. So there's the Mega CD tape there to show you the release of the upcoming Mega CD. Totally sold me, this did. I had to have one. Once I watched that, begged to have one, and I got one. And Sonic 2 promo. So I think I had quite a few games on this, and that was great to watch. And the only 32X game I own is Doom. I bought this for sod all years ago, and never played it because I bought a 32X and then sold it. I did buy another one some years later, but again I couldn't be bothered setting it up because there's too many wires. Down below we've got my Dreamcast collection. I absolutely love this system. It brought the arcade home with this, especially for the likes of, you know, like Capcom versus SNK. It was just proper arcade gaming. Jet Set Radio I was not really into. Again, Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, just really, really good games. And just some usual fillers. I mean, Rez, that's supposed to be a good game, never really bothered playing that. Quite expensive now. Sonic Adventure, I love that. And my favourite of all Street Fighter games is Street Fighter Alpha 3. That was just insanely epic. Absolutely love that one. And then I bought this one, I was quite disappointed with it. Yeah, I think I paid £45 for that. I did get my HMV CD wallet, you'll be glad to hear. That wasn't a bad game, that was quite fun. Highway challenge, you flash people on the motorway and start a race with them. Great stuff. Just some other bits. And Sonic Adventure 2. This is the 10th anniversary, I think. Yeah, and that's got a sealed copy of the game in there, and that came with a CD soundtrack and a coin. You just get a few tracks of each game. I did have 2 copies of that, but I don't know what happened to the second one. I don't remember selling it, but I certainly don't have it in my collection anymore. And then there's the Japanese Capcom vs SNK2, again, really good game. And that must be King of Fighters 99. Don't think I played that. And how you got onto the internet with your Dreamcast is the Dream Key. Lost mine years ago, or broke it or scratched it, so I've got a sealed copy there. PS Vita, for some reason it's shoved there. Japanese version of Tetris, and it's not the extremely rare one, it's just a standard one. Sonic 2 on the Game Gear and Jungle Book on the American Game Gear, I think that one is. And for my Mark III, I've got Afterburn, and that's the only game I've got. And down below that, we've got the Master System games. Again, I never really bothered collecting for the Master System. I did play it quite a lot before the Megadrive was released, and there was quite a few good games on there. I mainly played Sonic just like everyone else, and not much more. Master of Darkness is a really good game, especially if you like Castlevania. This is Sega's version of it. Really good game, that. And not too hard either, it's not insanely hard, so it's good fun as well. And on the last row is more Sonic, Streets of Rage, and just a couple of sports games there. And right in the depths, I've got a few Atari games, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Centipede and Combat. And below that I've got my Game Gear games. Never really bothered with a Game Gear. I always loved playing it, but of course you had to have a power supply if you wanted to play for lengths of time. So I've got quite a few good games on there. I've got Adam's Family as well, Spider-Man, Streets of Rage, Streets of Rage 2, Donald Duck, True Lies, Castle of Illusion, and of course Sonic, and Paperboy. So that's probably as far as my Game Gear collection will ever go, because I don't really bother with it. And right in the dark corner is the games I really don't care about, and that's the Genesis games. So we've got Beauty and the Beast, Roar of the Beast, couldn't care less about these. Chester Cheetah, just shite. We've got the cardboard box version of the Lion King, all of which I'm going to get rid of at some point. Street Smart. I've got Thunder Force 2, which I think I'll keep because I haven't got it on the PAL version, so I'm just going to keep hold of that for now. And right at the top I've got my Megadrive Mini, which I need to get a case for, and the EverDrive, Game Boy Watch. Got a couple of these USB hubs, which people went crazy for years ago. I bought them for $10 a piece, and people were selling them for about $80 at the time. So I just went straight to a company and bought them rather than give money to a scalper. Super Nintendo Classic and NES Classic, brand new, never used. Some Pac-Man Lite, and that's it. That's back to the beginning again. So that is my entire collection. I don't think it'll be growing anymore because although I love the Megadrive, the games that are remaining that I haven't got are just way too pricey, and I'm not wasting my money on it. After doing this, there was a lot of overspill of PS2 games, Xbox, and a couple of Dreamcast, not Dreamcast, a couple of Saturn games, and of course the Genesis games I will be getting rid of, so eventually I'll be sticking them on eBay. Same with the Wii, I've got loads of them, and DS games, they'll all be going. So this is about it. I don't think much will change after that. So if you made it this far, I'm sorry I've bored you to death, but this is my complete collection. And I suppose you're wondering where all the consoles are. Well, I have over 40 of them still in the loft, so hopefully one day I'll be sorting them out. And if anyone's interested in the console video to see what I've got, just let me know and I'll sort that out one day. So I hope you enjoyed my relatively small collection in comparison to everyone else's, and I'll catch you again soon.